Martin from the Philippines. We're here in Real Talk Lifeline. So I am back. Just had the MacBook Pro replaced or repaired. Correction on that. So first time after using it for 2 3 years, and then it broke down. So very grateful. I found a good technician. Thank you, Sir Manny. I got it back up. So it was a motherboard chip, two chips that had to be repaired. Just super grateful to have it back. So thank you for that. Now the live for this is called "The Way We Learn the Lesson is Sometimes by Seeing It in Others." Now it's a long title, but I'll make this one short. So what does this mean? There are lessons in life. It could be about our health, it could be about money, it could be about relationships, or it could be about meaning of life. So something deeper, even, right? So sometimes we learn the lesson in that area of life, not through hard experience, because we can do that. They say the best teacher is hard experience. But sometimes the way we can learn the lesson is also by seeing it in another person. So I'll make this live short. I'll just give one example, just tell you a quick story based on my experience, and let's focus on relationships. So there's health, money, relationships, or purpose in life. So relationships, I've been on both ends. So the lesson here sometimes is, who here has ever been so in love or attached with another person, right? So you do crazy things. Um, Sometimes if it's our first time, so just so you know, like who is speaking here in front of you, I was in a committed relationship. Like my first girlfriend was way back in first year, second year high school. That was a year. And then I was another long committed relationship after for 9 years, so about a decade of committed relationship. After that, 2014, and then it's been a decade plus already, and I've been just openly meeting people. So I have about maybe 2 decades of experience over there, just in terms of relationships, right? So when it comes to that, I've been the person who was very heartbroken, attached, or maybe you can even call it obsessed, right? And when we are in that place, sometimes you don't know what it's like for the other person. So it took me about a decade, 10 years just to get clarity, closure, just to move forward and handle that part of my life, right? And this is why I do Real Talk Lifeline. So wait till the end, because I offer something for people, meaning I help people. I do clarity calls. So on the other side, so that's one side of it. If you're the person who is in love, attached, again, all these terms, codependent, heartbroken, whatever, like that, we get what it's like. Now, there is another side to the story, though. So, what is that? And this one is very helpful. This is how we learn the lesson sometimes by seeing it in another person. So, who here has been heartbroken, in love, attached, like that? You lost someone, like that. So, we get it. Now, on the flip side, who here has ever experienced where someone was like head over heels in love, attached, maybe even obsessed with you? So I did not experience that much, like, oh, to my awareness growing up, but I did experience it later on. So after 2014, maybe in hindsight, but I didn't notice. And very quickly, you will understand what it feels like. So I'm just going to be straight up again, not like tap dancing around the truth, mincing words. So if you ever have felt something like that, and let's say just you weren't really interested in that person as well, how does it feel, right? So the question, another way of saying it is, let's say someone had a crush on you, but then you weren't into them. Not to be mean, maybe they just weren't your type, maybe they just no chemistry, it just wasn't meant to be. And I have experienced being on both ends, so this is why I'm sharing this live. So that feeling, if you've never experienced it, you won't understand. And to put it bluntly, it might feel like weird, awkward, and if it, prolongs any further, you might even feel disgusted. So that kind of made me realize the lesson, but I saw it through the other side instead. So this is when it comes in terms of relationships. Again, whether it's a guy, girl, whatever your preference or whatever your situation in life is, it just doesn't work, right? And then you feel it on the receiving end. Sometimes you can also witness it through someone close to you. And then you realize, oh, this is what it looks like, or even better, this is what it feels like when this happens. So we can learn that lesson. I just shared a quick one on relationships. It can also be in terms of health, right? You don't have to personally go through the health scare to realize it. It can be in terms of money. I have personally gone through that. Who here has ever not just lost money, but even owed money, right? And more money than you had at that moment could be traumatic. Or maybe something deeper in your life, right? You're soul searching, dark night of the soul. Uh, you've been in a place below death, or you're in borrowed time. So this is what Real Talk Lifeline is about. So before I end, I'll share this one. This is something I do to help people. This is called a clarity call. You could reach out, message help if you feel stuck in life. What is this? A safe space to let your thoughts process your emotions, or maybe just seek perspective, which is the whole point of this live, right? The way we learn the lesson is sometimes by seeing it in others. So here, you just get to let it out, frustrated, never ending thoughts. Maybe it's driving you crazy. Maybe feelings you just want to, again, process or let out. Or you want to seek an answer. And maybe you can't figure it out by yourself, but it might help to get someone else's perspective. So, and with this, thank you. I love you, and I will see you next time.